big revelations have been revealed in the Justin Baldoni Blake Lively trial, including this. Is TMZ finally going on Team Justin? And also, why is the judge requiring Jamie Heath's wife to provide her entire home birth to Blake Lively? We got to discuss this. Welcome to Popcorn Planet. We are live. We've got so many people watching. Hello, everybody. If you're watching on the clip, welcome. Don't forget, you can always watch the full live show over on our website. Click sign up at PopcornedPlanet.com. Click on over to the exclusive content once you're signed up, and you can get all our recent replays, documentaries, etc., uncensored, exclusives, lots of fun stuff for you. So thanks to everybody who supported. It's the best way to support the channel and our subpoena and upcoming documentaries. So thank you to everybody has. I want to focus on the story Kim alerted me to earlier today. She was prepping for the show. She always does. Shout out to Kim, who's doing better. We love you, Kim. Thanks for all the help. I want to focus on this because it's just strange, man. It's strange, one, that somehow somebody heard this on the video, because I sure didn't. It sure seems like somebody is filling in TMZ on, did you hear Justin say, sorry, I missed the training? Because I've listened to it like 1,000 times, and I sure as heck don't hear it. But somehow TMZ got alerted that Justin made an offhanded mark. Sorry, I missed the sexual harassment training, but it was a joke about the wardrobe. So here's where it's interesting. As you can sort of see this clip.
All right, we should go. Ready? Toothpick, please. Viv, do you have a toothpick?
Yeah, right here.
Thank you.
Like, huh? That's such nonsense. How did anybody hear that? How did anybody hear that? And then they put in these subtitles and the audio almost shifts a bit. Now, honestly, if he said it or not, which I don't even know if he did, it's so clear he's annoyed. It's so clear he's like, oh yeah, sorry. And as TMZ then rightfully explained further.
Welcome to TMZ Live. So on the surface, Justin Baldoni said something pretty shocking during a rehearsal for the show for which he is now being sued.
The movie, It Ends With Us.
Yes. He said, sorry, I missed the sexual harassment course.
That sounds...
Does anyone else think that's something Harvey Levin has said multiple times throughout his career? I don't know. I just get that vibe from Harvey, but I digress.
Really bad when you remember that this whole thing started with Blake Lively accusing him of sexual harassment on the set while they made this movie. So what's shocking is this video, which we're about to play for you, was submitted in the case by Justin Baldoni himself.
And when you dig down, there is a reason Justin submitted it.
Right.
And I think it's an important reason.
So what you're about to see is they're getting ready to shoot a scene in a bar. This is behind.
Important to talk wardrobe. As you watch this, realize they're all in PJs.
Right. This scene was the scene in the movie, if you haven't seen it, to get what he says.
We should go. Ready?
Okay, we just saw this, sort of fast forwarding.
Ready, everyone.
They're playing it again.
Have fun.
And then
So with this, he was joking. I mean, he says sexy because it wasn't sexy, and it was kind of a joke.
Making a joke like we're all standing around in onesies, oversized onesies.
And then he tells the joke, which I've heard a million times. Oh, I missed the sexual harassment training. And
notice Harvey heard it a lot of times. I'm sure he's made that joke himself.
So what it really shows, not only was it a joke, but Blake seemed cool with it.
Yeah, I mean, she's saying...
At the end of the whole exchange.
It's all good at the end of the exchange where it obviously lingered with him and he said, I just want to make clear that I'm apologizing. She says it's all good. It's also used in his documents as, look at this context. We're in a crowded bar scene. Was I openly sexually harassing my co-star in a crowded bar scene? Some of her allegations, though, come up outside of this context. I think this will ultimately be helpful for him, but some of them are, talking about her breastfeeding more privately, going into her dressing room, and things of that nature. Those are her allegations.
And he has an answer to that. He says she invited me into that trailer when she was doing that.
So he has different answers for different things.
But the bigger thing.
Duh, as anyone would, you Mora. Who is this? Come on, James, this guy's like so intense. And he clearly is just so ignorant to the case. That's what's so frustrating about a lot of this. But do you sense Harvey and all the team seems to be almost like, ever since that sort of talking to from Brian Friedman, where they were called out and clearly they were caught reporting for Blake Lively and he's a lawyer. He knew better. He was caught reporting for Blake Lively. It was so clear as day. And Friedman and Garagos called him out to his face. And I think since then, Harvey's realizing, shit, we can't just keep doing what Blake's asking us to. So stop. And there seems to be a little bit of a turn here that they are, trying to at least be better about it.
There is a scene that Blake improvised.
The kissing scene.
The kissing scene.
There's a scene at a hospital where part of his argument in getting this case thrown out is that Blake wasn't just an employee on this set. She controlled it. She doctored the script. She improvised on her own. And there's a scene where she's kissing him, and it wasn't.
It's like three guys all trying to say the same thing, and they're all trying to get their words in, but they're all aggressively defending Justin at least.
The script.
And so if you think about it, if the shoe were on the other foot, and he had done that, this would be Exhibit A in her lawsuit.
Well, his point is, at the time when that hospital scene was shot, that was after she had made the allegations on set. There was a big meeting between the entire crew where they talked about new boundaries, and they said there would be no more improvising. And he's making the point that even after that meeting, in a scene that she wrote, she's improvising a kiss.
And not just improvising a kiss.
That's right. His larger point.
Yeah, so it's interesting because look, I don't love. Here's the clip in question as they're putting it out there, and they do a poll as to who do you believe. But we've seen the kiss. We don't have to play the kiss more 10 times. But look at that, 91% Justin Baldoni, 91% answered that poll. So it's interesting. I think TMZ both is realizing we screwed up. We got to start turning the tune. And good, be honest, TMZ, not always are. And now they're getting caught, and now there's the fan base also seemingly calling them out like, yo, Harvey, what the heck? Stop. And that's a lot of responses, 70,000 responses. 91% of them say they believe Justin. So this is really bad for Blake. TMZ's been one of the places that I think she thinks she has, and now she doesn't. Now, one semi-win, you could say, for Blake is that the judge just said Jamie Heath, in one of the other claims that the TMZ was alluding to there, as we've gone through them all, that Jamie, not Justin, Jamie showed this birthing scene, which Blake called an adult film. Let's call it that way. I got to be careful with my words. And he provided the clips in question, but then Blake's like, I don't remember that. This is not what I saw. It seems like there's more to this. I need to see it all to make sure it's the thing I saw. And then she sent to the judge with sanctions and everything else, demanding that I need to know it all. I need to see everything. I want to see the whole birth, before, after, etc. And it's kind of crazy that this woman's birth now, the whole video needs to come out. Well, so the court did say, yes, Heath must now provide all related footage to the birthing scene, as in his own birthing scene, his own wife's pregnancy. He must do that within 3 days. And he must pay Lively's attorneys for this specific motion. Not everything, but just this, because I don't know why, it's kind of crazy. But no, he did not fully give Blake the win because he is not barred from giving testimony or evidence about the video. He is allowed to use this to his advantage later, and he will bring it up, I'm sure. And the court also emphasized that the footage is extremely sensitive and will be protected from public disclosure under a confidentiality order. So as weird as all this was, at least he's getting that, but it's still kind of gross that Blake's demanding and that her and her legal team need to go through all these clips when it's clear what it is. They're just clearly grasping for straws. She is desperately trying to prove, well, no, you didn't give me the whole clip, and no, you didn't do this. And it's like, dude, yes, he did. What are we arguing about? We know what this is, and now you're forcing his wife to expose all this video to a court and a system for what? Now you could argue, well, Jamie showed it first, so it's on him, but you called it the P word. You called it an adult film, which it's not. You've been misleading and over exaggerating everything, and now everything's coming to home to roost. You know what I mean? And while this is kind of shocking, the judge did it. apparently the judge did it because Keith didn't argue with the scope. He didn't challenge it earlier. And so because he didn't object earlier with what he was supposed to provide, technically he has to provide it. That's part of it. That's part of the problem I'm facing now with my own subpoena, where, our interpretation of what the scope is different than Blake's. And so that's going to come to a head and we're going to address it. And I'm feeling confident, but yeah, you always got to go in and challenge the scope, because literally otherwise the other side will use it against you if you don't point out every little specific point, which is what Jamie, I think, got hung up on here. And that's ultimately why the judge ruled it. Not because he's trying to be creepy or side with Blake. He's got to go by the rule of the law. As frustrating as that is sometimes, you got to be on top of it. And there's a lot to keep track of on both sides, to be fair. So I don't fully blame the judge as much as everybody else is on this, as creepy and weird as it sounds. It's just one thing. But overall, this is just yet another point in showing all the stuff that we've been seeing that, look, Blake is not being honest. Blake has never been honest. All the stuff's coming true. The footage is coming in. She's improvising her own kissing scenes after the alleged improper behavior, saying Justin's the one who did it when he didn't. There's no proof of that. There's only proof of Blake doing it. And it's almost like she added this scene, as we've previously reported, to almost have this in her, arsenal to use against him later. Like, oh yeah, we added that kissing scene that she's did right there. It is. And she almost did that little stupid thing, which you can even tell he didn't want. I love this little moment at the end. Some of you else noticed it. Look at this.
I happen to
as soon
love
as it's
you
cut,
too.
I love you too. As soon as it's cut, look how quickly he jumps out of character and is just ready to move on. That's an actor.
All right, cut.
All right, cut. Immediately out of it. He so doesn't want this woman. It's so clear there was no interest. There was no ongoing harassment. There was nothing besides clear jokes on set that now even TMZ is admitting. TMZ of all people are like, it's clearly a joke, the sexy comment. They're all in onesies, no one looking sexy. And previously, this is also a line that Blake has used and been caught using on sexy on sets. So why is this a bad thing? We're really in court spending all this money in the court's time and putting the Me Too law in jeopardy over someone using the word sexy on a set that you also use, Blake? Really? It is beyond irritating. And so many people don't understand and aren't really pay attention to every little piece of this puzzle. So they're out there just believing the woman in this case. And no, thankfully, you all know better. Look, I know a lot of you are watching live. We got so much to go through, more depositions. If you didn't watch live, go sign up, but also make sure you're subscribed. A lot of you are getting unsubscribed. I don't know why. Please hit the bell, hit the comments, leave all those things. Make sure you engage, because I want to get these videos out there. They're starting to finally get there thanks to all of you. We're back in the algorithm, so thank you, everybody. Watch the full show. We went through so many other depositions and more over at PopcornedPlanet.com. Don't forget to sign up. It's the best way to support us to fight against the subpoena gate and so much more. So hit sign up, join today, go to the exclusive content. You can always watch the replays over there at PopcornedPlanet.com.